All right, everybody, hello. Wednesday, finally, and at last it is Wednesday. So here's my story. When I first started yoga, what's up, Frank? I was, I still am, but I was a yoga freak, a yoga nut. Like you just could not stop me uh, from going to class, and I would go as often as I had a job for a while where I was like on call, and I would go to class and turn my phone off and tell them, oh, I must have been like at the grocery store that didn't have cell service or something. I would lie to get my yoga fix on, which is kind of funny. But so I remember I used to go to this class and I would walk there. And as I crossed the street to enter the class, I would always hear this voice in my head that would say, you know, you can still turn back now. You're not in class, because yoga and showing up to do yoga class is not easy, because like whatever, for whatever reason, the mind is sometimes wants to talk you out, because it's work. I mean, it's work, but there's a payoff, but you got to do the work first. And we live in a society where I just want the payoff. I don't want to fucking do the work. But we do the work and we get the payoff. So even at my most crazed point in my life where I was yoga crazy, and I'm still yoga crazy, but it used to be more, I would have that where I'd be like, oh, well, maybe I, don't want to go. So I just want to say to all of you, because we've been doing this online here for a year, and you guys are showing up on, it's even harder to sit and do it on your computer. So I really want to applaud you for showing up for yourself and doing this, because I know there's always that moment where you're like, maybe I'll just sit on the couch. But you guys showed up and are showing up and show up on a regular basis. And that's very commendable. And I suspect that all of you are very successful in your life, because that is what makes people successful, showing up and doing the gig. So thank you. And I am going to move back here, and we're going to start in the seated position as we mostly more often than not do. Sit however you're comfortable. I'm going to cross my legs a little bit, feet just turned in, or if something else is more comfortable for you. Let's get a nice solid foundation. We're going to do a couple of the Kundalini pieces that I do before we get into the Vinyasa Ashtanga style. So with the hands on the knees, you want the back as straight as a post. Think of like a light coming out of the top of your head, and draw a circle on the ceiling, a circle of light. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Keeping the spine straight all the way through the neck into the top of the head as if they are one. And let's go the opposite direction. And I know I've said it almost every time we do this, but after I do like about 2 or 3, I'm like, am I going the opposite direction or am I going the same direction? I cannot tell. But keep breathing and keep drawing that big circle. Good. Back to center. So you can have the hands be a little looser. We're going to pull the shoulders up to the ears. We're going to roll them back and then down the back, and then roll them forward and then back up through the ears and then over and over. This makes my shirt look weird. But we're going to roll the shoulders, shoulder rolling and breathing. And if you can, go the opposite direction now. Just a couple more of these. Good. Right arm to the sky. We're going to bring the arm down the back. Left hand is going to grab the elbow. Head pushes against the arm, breathing and sitting up nice and tall. I like to demo the breath, but it's not always possible because I am talking, but the breath should be very consistent the whole hour, just breathing deep in and out through the nose. You could restrict the throat if you want to get the Ujjayi breath, which is from the tradition of Ashtanga, which I mentioned earlier. Good, let's do the other side. Left arm up, down the back, we grab the elbow, head pushing against the arm again, breathing in the nose. Good, and then let's put the hands back down. We're gonna do this one super, super, super light. We're gonna let the right ear fall to the right shoulder, and then we're gonna let the head drop forward until the chin comes towards the chest, and then over left ear to the left shoulder, and then back down, just real easy. Super, super easy. Even if your neck is tense, just go easy. Don't even think about overdoing it. Just a couple more. Good. Back to center. Now let the right ear fall to the right shoulder. Reach the right arm up, and we're going to put the right arm on the left ear. And just let the weight of the arm be the only kind of pressure there. If you want more action, take your left hand and reach it all the way down flat on the ground. And we continue to breathe. Good, and then it's always nice to push your head back into place and then let the left ear fall down to the left shoulder. Left arm comes up and we put the left hand on the right ear. And then it's just the weight of the arm pulling the neck just a little bit. And then if you want more, we reach that right arm way down and we breathe here. Good, and from here, we're gonna get right to it today. We're gonna put the hands at the top of the mat, and we're gonna step right back to our first top of push-up. And so we normally hold here, so we get an opportunity to be aware of the core, which we tighten, and the legs, which we tighten a little bit every time we step back to this pose, which will be a few. And when you're ready, you could put the knees down, or you could lower down and then roll a little forward. So we're looking up through the third eye, tightening the legs, and then down dog, tucking the toes, looking at the knees. We're going to bend the right leg and push the opposite heel towards down, breathing, looking at the knees or the navel. Excellent. Walk your way up to the top of the mat with the feet together. Fingers low, maybe on the shins, legs straight. We're going to look up, flat back. We're going to forward fold. You're going to lose my head, but come on all the way up, reaching to the sky. We're coming down through the heart center. Breath in all the way back up. Breath out, we forward fold again. We look up, flatten the back. And again, we're stepping to the top of push-up. We're going to lower down, drop. Roll a bit forward, up dog, third eye looking, tight legs, down dog. Good. Look at the knees of the navel. You can come up on the toes on the in-breath and push the heels on the out-breath towards down, or you could stay still, which is what I'm going to do, and we're going to breathe here, looking at the navel, if possible, or the knees. All right, step or jump, top of the mat, toes together. We look up, flat back. We forward fold. Let's come all the way back up again, sweeping the arms into the sky, down through the heart center. Breath in, back up. Breath out, forward folding, fingers low. We look up. We step back again, top of push-up. lower and drop, up dog, and down dog. Please remember you can rest anytime you like, take a time out, otherwise breathing and doing the work. All right, step or jump, top of the mat, toes together. We look up, we forward fold. Today, let's intertwine all but the pointing fingers, and we're gonna come all the way up to the sky, and then we're gonna lean back. Great, back to center, take the feet apart, push the walls out. And let's see, I got enough space here. Try to move from the hips up so we don't move into the knees, and we're going to turn and look to the right. And we're going to turn and look to the left. Great, back to center. Let's return the feet together again, big toes touching, ankles a little bit apart. We're going to sit in chair, sitting and reaching. Good, we're coming up and over, forward fold, and again, fingers low. We look up, we step back, top of push-up, lower down, drop down, up dog, third eye, and then down dog. So right side, warrior one, please. Right foot steps. I'm stepping almost to my wrist. Back foot turns out flat. We're going to reach the arms up, knee over ankle. We want to square the torso to the front of space. We're going to do two things to do that today. First thing we're going to do is reach the left arm forward, turning the shoulders to face the front of space. Then we're going to take that left thumb, put it behind the hip, and push a bit. You can push a lot here. Try to get that hip to go forward. Takes time, may not move at all. Good. Touch the sky, and then hands back down, step back, top of push-up, lower down, up dog, and down dog. Left side. Warrior one, we're outside the center line so that we end up heel to heel aligned. The arms are up. Let's reach the right arm forward, turning the ribs straight to front of space. And then the right thumb behind the hip, pushing, trying to rotate, pushing the outside edge of your back foot. Good, touch the sky. And then hands back down, step back, lower down, up dog, and down dog, and very nice. We'll breathe right here. All right, step or jump, top of the mat. We look up, we forward fold, feet and knees sitting in chair again, please. And standing, arms all the way down. Excellent, let's do some more. Sit in chair. Great, up, over, forward folding. We look up, flatten the back. We're gonna step, top of push-up, lower or drop, up dog, and down dog. And right foot steps, left foot turns out. Again, warrior one. Arms up, hands in prayer above the head, looking up, lengthening up, breathing. We're going to hold here. Great. Hands back down, step back, lower down, up dog, and down dog. And left side steps, right foot turns out. Back up, hands in prayer, lengthening up, breathing. All right, hands down again, step back, top of push-up, lower and drop, up dog, and down dog, and very nice. We're gonna breathe right here. All right, walk or jump, top of the mat, toes together. We look up, we forward fold, feet and knees sitting in chair again. And stand, arms all the way down. All right, let's do a couple more. Sit in chair, please. Great. Up, over, forward, folding, fingers low. We look up, we step back, top of push-up, lower or drop, up dog, and down dog. Right side, warrior one, left foot turns out again. Hands in prayer, lengthening up. Maybe arching back. Great. Hands down again, step back, top of push-up, lower down, up dog, and down dog. And left side, please. Stepping right foot turns out. Back up, hands in prayer again. Looking up, lengthening up. Maybe arching back. Great. Hands back down, step back, lower down, up dog, and down dog. And let's breathe right here. All right, hop on up top of the mat. We look up before we fold. Feet and knees together, sitting in chair and standing. One more with warrior two. Sit in chair. Excellent. Up, over, forward, folding. We look up. We step back. Top push up again. Lower and drop. Up dog. Down dog. Right side, warrior two. Right foot steps. You want to be heel to heel aligned, and then arms out over the heels. Knee over the ankle. Engagement of the core, dropping the shoulders, looking at the fingers in front of you and breathing. Let's turn the right hand to palm facing the ceiling. Left hand, just the fingertips, barely touching the back leg, and then let's arch back, looking along the elbow to the ceiling. And excellent, hands back down, step back, lower down, up dog, down dog, left foot step in, right foot turns out. Warrior two again. Breathing here, holding the core, dropping the shoulders. Let's turn the left palm to face the ceiling, right fingertips on the back leg, just barely. And we arch it back and look up along the elbow to the ceiling. Excellent. Hands back down, step back again, lower down, up dog, third eye, down dog, navel, and we breathe here. All right, walk or jump, top of the mat. We look up before we fold. Feet and knees, let's sit in chair. We're gonna stay in chair a little bit. Just breathing here. Excellent, let's stand. Take the feet apart about the distance of your hips. You can grab prayer or elbows, and then we're gonna hang down, letting the head drop. You could bounce if you like. If you bounce, please push the breath out of the nose every time the body drops down. So it's a little quicker breath. Good. So peace fingers touch the ceiling on the in breath. On the out breath, all the way down, peace fingers are going to come under the big toes, thumbs touching on the inside, elbows pulling away from the ears, top of the head reaching down. It's okay if the legs are bent. We're going to breathe. and touch the ceiling again. And then on the out breath, each hand under each foot from the front. And we're going to stay here. Very nice. Let go and please stand. We're going to bring the feet together again, big toes touching, ankles a little bit apart. You can turn the thumbs out if you like, and we're going to vinyasa right to our standing series. So we sit in chair. Good. Up, over again, forward folding. We look up, flatten the back. We're going to step, top, push up, lower down, up dog, down dog. Warrior two again on the right foot steps, and we're back up. Heel to heel, breathing in the nose, looking at the fingers in front of us. Let's do triangle by straightening that front leg and then reaching out a bit, and then right hand down, left arm up. I'm going to rest my hand lightly on the shin. You could also do palms facing out and away, so you're not forcing down into the leg with the weight. We want to have a nice equal balance of the body. And if you can look up to the reaching hand, that's great. Otherwise, down is fine. We're going to breathe. Place both hands on the shin for a moment. It's up to you, but I would shorten the stance a couple of inches. You can keep the left hand down, grip the big toe in the front into the mat or back of the hand outside. We're going to reach the right arm up, lengthening tail to crown of head, breathing in the nose. Excellent. Hands back down, step back again, lower down, up dog, lengthen everything. And then down dog. Left side, warrior two, right foot turns out. We're going to hang out here for a couple of breaths. And again, straighten the leg in the front. We're going to reach out a bit for triangle. Left hand down, right arm up, getting stacked between the panes of glass. Breathing, maybe looking up to the reaching hand. And both hands on the shin again. We'll shorten the stance a little bit, few inches. Grip the mat with the big toe in the front, and we twist. You could do back of the hand outside the leg. Those of you that are getting the hand down with the leg straight, the hand needs to be right next to the foot, inside or outside, but right next to it. Just a moment longer. Great. Hands back down, step back, lower down again, up dog, and down dog. And very nice. We're going to breathe here. All right, hop on up, top of the mat. We look up, we forward fold, feet and knees sitting in chair and standing. Excellent. Let's do the second half of the standing series. We sit in chair again. Good. Up, over, forward folding. We look up, we step back. Again, top of push-up, lower down, up dog, down dog. Right side, warrior two, back up. Take a couple breaths here. We're taking the center of the right forearm, placing it on the knee. We're going to reach the left arm up and over. You could stay here looking along the elbow to the ceiling, or you could put the right hand on the ground looking a little forward. We're going to stay here a little longer. Good. Back to warrior two, a variation on the earlier pose. Left hand comes all the way around the back, grabbing your shirt, your pocket, or your leg. Don't move the knee, keep it over the ankle. Right palm faces the ceiling, and we arch back again. Great. Hands back down, top of the mat. Top and push up, lower down, up dog, down dog. Left side, warrior two, please. Up for a couple of breaths. And center of the left forearm on the leg, right arm up and over. You could, of course, put the left hand down like we talked about earlier. Try to run a straight line, right fingers to the right foot. Back up to warrior two. Right hand comes around the back, grabbing the shirt, the pocket, or the leg. Keep the knee over the ankle. Pull the core in because the arm wants to make it kind of move forward. Hold the core and then arching back again. The hand that is up, the palm is facing the foot that is behind us. All right, hands back down, step back, lower down, up dog, tight legs, and down dog. And then we're coming up into horse and the sun goddess. So whichever foot you want to step to the top of the mat, we're going to have the feet splayed out a little bit and the knees open, and we're going to push the walls out today. So we'll take a few breaths right here. All right, let's straighten those legs. Turn the toes so they do run straight forward. We're going to reach straight up and then straight down. So your hands will automatically fall right under your shoulders. Let that happen so they are a bit apart. The fingertips can start on the line that the big toes have made. And then if the palms go down, great. And then bring the head down and the whole back opening up and down. And we'll breathe here. Good. Back up. We're going to reach out to the ends of the fingers. And then behind the back, we will intertwine the fingers. If you want to push the palms together, that'll release tension in the upper back. Although you won't be able to go as deep in the forward fold, but it's way better for your upper back. Otherwise, palms apart is okay. And it goes more in the shoulders. Your choice. We're going to breathe here. Toes as light as possible. You can lift them for a moment. Good. Back up on the in-breath, touch the ceiling. On the out-breath, back down. We're grabbing the shins, the ankles, or if possible, with the legs straight. Big toes with the peace fingers, elbows pulling away from the ears. And stay down low. Both hands grab the right shin, rotate the left shoulder under and through. And over to the other side, right shoulder under and through. Great. Let's stand. You can step the feet out a little bit. We're going to do warrior three, standing on the left foot. So standing on the left foot, you can bring the hands to the heart or out, or even Superman, lots of different places for the hands. And we're going to lift the right foot off the ground until the body makes a capital letter T, or until the body says no more. Keep breathing. Those of you that like can stay in warrior three, or Ardha Chandrasana is left hand down, right arm up. Breathing here. If you like, switch the hands. The hip will drop down. And stand. And take a moment. Maybe shake that leg out. A lot of weight there. All right. Standing on the right foot. Hands wherever they were for you on the other side. And we're going to lift the left leg. We're going to stay here. And right hand down, left arm up. And switching the hand if you like. It's a little tough, but good. Great. Let's stand and step the feet out again. We're going to stand on the left foot. We're going to do tree, lifting the right leg. You can just grab the ankle and lift it up so it's way above the knee joint. So the only thing close to the knee joint is your toes. Hands to the heart. You could put the leg out in the front too if you prefer. You could also reach the arms all the way up. And we're going to take several breaths here in tree. Let's stay on that left foot today. Put that right leg in front of you. Take the left hand and grab the right knee, other hand on the hip. You could stay here. You could reach back. You could look back. You could take the peace finger and extend the leg, or you could stay hand on the hip, holding the knee, standing super tall and breathing. Great. Let that down, step it out. And we're going to stand on the right and lift the left for a tree. Hands to the heart, or all the way up. And we'll take many breaths here like we did on the other side. And leg out in the front. So opposite hand, the right hand comes all the way over and grabs the left knee. Other hand on the hip. All the same options. You could reach back, you could look back, you could extend the leg, grabbing the big toe, or just stay right hand holding left knee, standing tall. Excellent. Let that down. We're going to do one more. If you want to do King Dancer and you know it, go ahead. Otherwise, this is going to be a simpler version. We're going to bend the right leg, grabbing the right ankle, reaching the knees straight down, and this left hand is going to try to touch the ceiling. So your right knee is trying to touch the floor, and your left fingers are trying to touch the ceiling. We're going to breathe here. Very nice. Let's switch it. Left hand grabs left ankle, straight down with the knee, right hand straight up to the ceiling. Excellent. Let's squat. Feet apart, distance of say the hips or shoulders. My toes are pointing a little bit out. We're going to come down. It's okay if you have to be on the balls of the feet. This can be hard to do flat feet for some people. We're going to push the elbows into the legs, the hands in prayer to the heart center. That gives you more leverage to push the legs open and lengthen up the back. And of course, breathing in your nose. All right, let's come down to hands and knees. Knees are 2 fists apart, shoulders above the wrist, middle finger straight forward. We're going to do a little bit of cat-cow, so we let the belly drop as we look up, third eye. As we breathe out, we arch the back, looking at the legs. Just keep moving at your own breathing pace. Good, back to center. Look over the right shoulder, see the tail for a moment. And then over to the other side, so the right side pushes out a bit. Good, back to center. We're gonna step the right foot top of the mat, and you can step it a little further forward, and we're gonna reach the arms up in a big funnel. Want to feel a slightly stretching of the left top of the leg here, the quad. Unless it's already really open, we're going to breathe here. Let's twist. We're going to take the left arm outside of the right leg, hands in prayer, pull in towards the chest and return the fingers up to the face. You can stay here. If you want more, roll back on the ball of your left foot. I'm going to look at my foot on the floor in front here. You could look where the elbow is pointing to the ceiling also. Let's breathe. Good, hands down, step that right knee back and step the left foot top of the mat. We're going to reach the arms up like a funnel again. You could step the left foot further forward if you feel like you need more depth. We're going to breathe. And right elbow outside of left leg. Hands in prayer, pull in towards your chest, fingers turn towards the face. We're going to breathe here. You could come onto the ball of the right foot if you like. Good. Back to hands and knees. We're doing the other side again. So step the right foot top of the mat. It's a different pose though. We're going to Superman the arms straight up. Just take a couple of breaths here, not too long, since we already did a version of this on the other side. But now the hands are coming right down on the inside. So the leg is pulling against the shoulder and the side, the ribs. The right hand is right inside the right foot. The left hand, of course, is underneath the shoulder. I'm going to look at the floor. If it's easy for you, you can walk the hands forward and see if the elbows will go down. Otherwise, we're just going to breathe here. Very nice. Let's step that right knee back and then step the left foot forward. You can get a little more distance if you like by putting the left foot further forward. We'll breathe here. And down on the inside. Sounds like a Soundgarden album. We're going to stay here. You can walk the hands further forward if you can get the elbows down, but keep the leg pulling against your side and shoulder, breathing. I'm looking at the floor of the mat. All right, we're going to step all the way back to top of push-up because we're going to make our way towards pigeon as we normally do about here. So top of push-up, we're going to lower down, up dog, and down dog. We're going to hold the right foot up and stay here. And you can bend that leg, opening up the hip, but keep the armpit down. And then please throw your shin top of the mat. Scooch the left leg further back. You will see that my knee is going to end up outside of my ribs. The foot could come forward or it can be in a bit to make it more reasonable. We bring hands down, forearms down, head down, and even arms all the way out. But we keep that knee outside the ribs and we keep breathing in the nose. Great. Hands top of the mat again. We're going to step back top of push-up. You could shake the right leg if you like. And down again. Up dog, legs tight. Down dog. And then left leg reaching up. We'll take a few breaths here. And you can bend that leg if you like. Try to keep the armpit down, opening up the hip. And then top of the mat again. Scooch the right leg back. We look up for a moment, hands down, forearms down. We'll try to mimic what we did on the other side, although it may feel different. We'll just breathe into it. All right, one more push-up, one more vinyasa. We're going to step that leg back and shake it out. Top of push-up again. You can take your time. You can hover. Up dog, down dog, and let's sit down. And we're going to straddle the legs out. We're going to breathe in and reach up the center. We're going to breathe out and touch the right toes, then back up, and then to the left toes. And every out breath, a downward fold to the opposite side. Good. Touch the ceiling. Then we'll bring the arms down and let's do Baddha Konasana. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together. Left hand on top of the small toes, right hand on top of that. So your pinkies are touching the mat or near touching the mat, especially the last hand. We sit up tall, so we feel tension in the arms and the shoulders. So as we pull the shoulders back and down, there's a little more of that tension. We'll breathe into that. The feet are our anchor, so they do not lift. You could butterfly the legs though if you like, or stay still. Great. Let's forward fold, bringing the heart towards the big toes, pushing the elbows against the legs. Good. Back up. We're going to extend the legs out in front of us and shake them around a little bit. We're going to turn the hands so that the fingers are pointing up towards the feet and the thumbs are pointing, well, towards each other or towards our tail. So go ahead and point the toes, lift the hips, look at the ceiling for a moment. And good. Back down. We're going to bend the right leg. We're going to keep the left toes pointing up to the ceiling. I'm sorry, we're going to bend the right leg. Bend the right leg and left arm grabs the right leg. Hand behind you, 6 inches behind your tail. We're going to pull back the shoulder, gently looking back at about your eyeball line. You should look at the wall. So we're not looking at the floor. We're looking, total profile. You can put the elbow outside if you like. Good. Let's switch it. So right leg out, left leg in, right arm grab. So it's the opposite arm grabbing the opposite leg in case there was any deviation in my left and right, which is often. Let's sit up tall and we look at the wall, breathing. Great. Back around, both legs bent. We're going to be on the tail. We're going to bring the arms under the legs and roll back under the tail. We're going to stay here. You could let go, pulling the shoulders back. Looking at the toes, breathing. You could straighten the legs, hands in prayer, third eye or toes. Try to keep the shoulders back. Breathing in the nose, looking at the toes. We got 1 here of 5. Very nice. Cross the legs, grab the shin, sit up really tall. And up again, number 2 of 5. Cross the legs, sit up tall. And number 3. Breathing in the nose, shoulders back. Good, cross the legs, sit up tall. And number 4. Cross the legs, sit up tall. And last one, here it is. Good, hug the knees in and let's lie back with the legs not crossed. Unless the legs right next to each other. And we're gonna grab the shins and pull them down and bring the nose up. If you can get the forearms on the shins, do that and bring the nose up to the knees. Great. Let's put the feet down, feet and knees, 2 fists apart. Longest finger almost touches the heel. And we're going to do bridge, but those of you that want to do Urdhva Dhanurasana are welcome to. Most of us are doing bridge. We lift the hips, we intertwine the fingers, tuck one shoulder under, then the other shoulder under, hips way up, arms down. You can push the arms against the mat a little bit, and of course we breathe. Good. Back down. You can hug the knees into the chest again if you like. And we're going to go upside down. You could just go to your wall and put your feet up the wall with your arms out, laying down with the feet up the wall. I love that pose. I'm going to demo a plow first for about 5 breaths and then shoulder stand for about 10 breaths. So those of you coming along, let's get on to that. For plow, we kick the feet up and over the head. Try not to hurt the neck. Hands can go on the back or intertwine fingers with the arms down. Try to keep the legs straight. We breathe here. If your hands are not on the back, put them there now. You can also now bring the elbows in closer to the distance of the shoulders if they're not there already. And then lift the feet up for shoulder stand. And we'll breathe here with the weight of the shoulders and the elbows, allowing the internal organs to drop a little bit. And breathing. All right, bend the legs, bring the knees down towards the ears. Reach back, grab the soles of your feet and lower yourself into dead bug. Soles of the feet to the ceiling, knees in the armpits. You can stay still or rock around a little bit. Good, bring the knees in again. And then let's lie down flat for a moment. We're going to lift the right leg up and both hands are going to come up towards the heel and we're going to bring the nose towards the knee and we'll breathe right here. Great, let that down. And then other side. All right, let that down. Knees up into the chest, arms out like a T. We're going to take a breath in As you breathe out, let the knees fall over to the right. As you look to the left, try to keep the shoulders flat. You can put the right hand pushing the knees in the direction of down. Good, and then back up and then over to the other side. And we breathe here. Back to center, hug the knees into your chest. Thank yourself for coming out. Tell yourself you did a good job. And then we're going to lay down. We're going to do a lying down meditation today. So we're going to take the hands and we're going to put them on our core with the longest finger touching. And every in breath, the fingers come apart, and every out breath, that longest finger comes back together. So that we can just become aware of the body breathing itself. So allow the breath to return to normal. And we're going to stay here several minutes, just experiencing the body breathing. All right, you can move the fingers and toes a little bit. You can rotate at the wrists and the ankles some. And let's stretch the hands way over the top of the head, getting as long as possible. Pull the core down as you lengthen from your toes to your fingers. Good, and then bring your knees into your chest. And roll yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Once sitting, we bring the hands to the heart center and make a little fire in the hands. All right, like a big funnel up into the sky, we receive the gifts of the universe. We're going to breathe in through the nose as much as we can get. We're going to breathe in more. We're going to breathe in more. We're going to hold, tighten the core, tighten the legs. And then with the sound, we let it out. Ah. You're living your dream. Don't miss it. Namaste. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. It is danieloverberger.com. You can find the links to my Venmo and my PayPal both there. We do this every Monday and Wednesday at 7. Thank you for coming out and thank you for your support. And let me turn off the recording here.